Welcome back, everybody. We have the last match for our round robin rounds, and today, yes, Swiss round robin, Swiss round Swiss round robin.
Round Swiss cheese. Robin.
Anyway, we have Charles from Team Contibreak with us again to commentate this last match before we cut to top four. And Charles, today we have Harri versus
Harry.
Yasui.
Oh,
Harri versus
oh,
Yasui.
oh.
What what do you think of the matchup?
Yasui. As much as I don't want him to win, pretty sure advantage will always be going to Yasui. Because
Okay.
the problem with a Harry deck is it's too like card dependent.
Mhm.
Like you need specific cards for it to work.
Mhm.
Like of course you have to ride Harry, which is your main Vanguard. You
Mhm.
have to get a pigeon
Mhm.
to make it work. And then I think that's it. That's the only pieces you need.
Oh,
But
oh boy.
you'd think that it will be like easy, but there are some games where you just don't get the pigeon
Mhm.
and you can't really call the dragon from hand. So yeah,
Yeah.
your stage's not really gonna be that useful at that point.
All right. So let's
So
get
yes,
oh,
advantage to Yasui.
all righty. Let's get straight into this game then.
I think Harry can come up with a win if he goes first though.
Yeah, it really depends.
He's
It's really dependent on who goes first. And Yasui needs to make sure that both of his
he's
Yasuis are available.
the 22k power guardian.
Yes.
So,
It's a ghost guard. We
why
have
aren't you going for happiness collector? The best starter in the world.
get that G era talk out of here.
Season V. I have a question about their choice of decks.
Mhm.
Like, is there a reason why they chose their decks? Or,
Um,
I mean,
so each one of them had a sort of different reason for choosing them. So for example, JC here, he was interested in anything from Dragon Empire, and
mm,
I was going over some of the decks with him to see which ones, tickled his fancy, and he, his last options, I believe, were either this or Overlords, but
oh.
he said that the Overlords looked really complicated, so he went with the Yasui instead because their card text is a lot shorter compared to compared to
God.
Dragonic Overlord, which I can attest to. Um, let's see, Tario Frost, who was using the Eradicators earlier, wanted wanted either Kagero, Tachikaze, or Narukami, and ended up going Ereds. Alexis just searched for good deck lists online. Her original choice was either Oracle Think Tank or Angel Feather, and
Yeah.
she was supposed to go Oracle Think Tank because she had a poll on Twitter, but then ended up
Mm.
just going Pale Moon,
Oof.
just as a like a head turn. This is a huge like a 360 pivot or like a 180 pivot. Um, let's see. Docs, I think had a history on Zero, playing a little bit, but I don't know
Oh.
if he played Pale Moon. But he said that he just took to the deck very
Oh.
quickly, so he just chose that. Porcelain,
So
who
did
was yeah.
did anybody choose out of aesthetics or no?
Let's see. Porcelain, kind of. Because she had always liked Bermuda Triangle, just because
Oh,
mermaid
feature.
idols. So she went with Pacifica because of that, and Golden Nova went Oracle Think Tank because of the anime, and he liked the
So
fact that
this.
it's like a huge corporation. So
Oh yeah. CEO thing.
Yeah, the lore.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think this might be a decent start for Pale Moon if he gets another grade 2,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't really want to be riding that pigeon as your grade 2. And he also went first, so that's a plus. Or not really a plus, it's like evening it out, because Yasui's turns are just massive. It's sad. Well, I mean, it looks fun, but it's meant for the other guy.
Yeah, the fun thing that I learned about Yasui is how cheap this deck is, except for besides the Shirayuki.
Yeah.
Yeah, because regular Yasui is like 80 cents. The other Yasui is like $1, So this deck is very cheap to pick up. Harry is a little more expensive, but I think it's just Harry and Jake Quellen.
J. Kong
Yes.
and the Great Researcher.
Oh yeah, and
Bunny.
Midnight Bunny. Yeah, those
Yeah, I
make it
had
kind of
a
funny.
Murakumo card pool, but I gave it to the shop for Shadow Paladin stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I had Hyuga, the Dueling Dragons, and Shirayuki.
Oh.
I played with the clan selection Shirayuki for a few weeks and just said, nah, this is not me.
I don't like making my opponent negative.
I want my power, not losing theirs. So this is kind of a mirror move from both players, riding their grade 3 searchers.
Yes, it is very G era right
And
now.
both players having a semi Morikawa hand.
Yes.
This is a more of a plus for our Murakumo player.
Mm-hmm. Those Shirayukis are going to put in work later. Oh my goodness.
Even has Rainy Madam. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, one move that I respect from Bushiroad was their clan selection,
Mm-hmm.
like sets. They
Yeah.
can make decks go cheaper by a
So
lot.
much. Yeah, so much.
Because like from one set of the clan selection, that's already the deck. You just have to look for other or
Commons.
past rares and commons
Yeah.
that triggers to just build the deck. So that was fun.
Yeah, and like for me personally, it got me back into the game like officially. Because I was opening up like the the MLB set and the Sanctuary Guard sets, but I wasn't really like building anything. But then when I saw, oh, Special Duke is coming back, okay.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then I saw Ethics Muster, I'm like, okay. And I saw Fromage, like, okay, take my money now, please.
Oh, he top decked another pigeon to ride. That's
Yes.
fun.
I heard you like pigeons, so I pigeon your pigeons so you could ride a pigeon.
So Paleman just needs another Magadol then
Mm-hmm.
to make the first cost for Harry to be worth.
All
So
right.
you know what? Just take 0 damage or take 1 just for pigeon and that's it. You don't really want to be taking damage from this guy. Senior Shirayuki Yasubi, please.
Which Shirayugi do you prefer? This one or the clan select?
As a part of other decks, I'd like this one, the older one.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just gonna be the deck by itself, then definitely the newer one.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So that damage should not have healed.
Go back.
Go back.
The fox. Damn blue fox.
It's okay. Slight misplay.
Ooh. Oh wait, he has a great message. The
Yeah. Awazu.
mail deck, yeah. Yeah, you're
Stealth.
gonna mail the deck.
Stealth Rogue of no masks.
I'm just gonna mail the other Yasuo then.
Yeah. Oh, this is only on rear guard.
Oh, it's R, okay.
Yeah.
That would have been weird as to be honest.
Yeah. Like
Hello, Grand Blue. Oh wait, you're not supposed to be here.
this card puts in work though, because like it enables so many combos,
Yeah.
even though he's ugly.
So I think Pokemon will just be taking this for Pigeon.
So JC calls down the rainy Madame. Its ability is when your unit's attack does not hit, you can put it into your soul and return a fantasy Petal Storm Shirayuki from your drops onto your hand.
Yeah, so I think this is one thing that differs Vanguard from Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like the sense of cost.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think you have it in Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's in terms of your monsters, yeah,
Yeah.
and some discard costs,
Mm-hmm.
like stuff like that.
Or life
But
points.
for
Yeah.
yeah, well, for Vanguard, it's technically the same then. Like your damage is your life points, but like each damage you take is like more costs you can use,
Yeah.
which is kind of weird.
Yeah. It's I think Nova talked about it as well as he was learning this game, that
Mm.
taking damage is okay, unlike in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where the lower you get, it's never good unless you used it to activate an ability or something. But yeah. All right, so Owazu
And
attacked, and there was no guard, and Mirror Master was the damage.
just wait, I'll have to BRB then
Okay.
if it's up.
Yep, that's all good. All right, so I will be picking this up. Dox stands and draws a PG. And of course, we'll ride into Harri. Okay, yeah, so that one damage, I believe this is when I came in to just hover over during their match because I'm bouncing between all their matches. So, yeah, I told JC that he has to put that heal back because technically it isn't a damage until it goes from the trigger zone to the damage zone. All right, welcome back, Charles. And we have finally started the grade 3 turn for Harri, or Dorian. So Dorian, Ride, and Dox chooses Axel 2.
So it's going to play defensively then.
Yeah. What do you like to go into most of the time?
If I'm left with one CB, I'll definitely go for Harry, then Axel 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then just use the counterblast for the bird. And that's the only units I'll be placing down at that turn.
Okay. So here we have Mirror Master and Lunatech Dragon on the field. Neither of them do anything right now. They are just glorified beaters. And we move into the battle phase.
Just slap.
The dragon slaps the masks for 14k. No, it is not. Okay, so front trigger gets JC up to 19k.
So it's actually fastest though.
I would just drop down the quick shield. And then wait for
So you want to pass.
yeah, just one to pass this. Or the Takahime. Either one.
Let's see.
There we go. So it's one to pass. Pretty early in the game, so makes sense. So Betty. And oh god, dynamite jump. Oh gosh, that's not good. 4 damage before you hit grade 3 is never good.
Yeah. I think this is gonna work well to Pilgrim's Wincron then.
Yeah.
Since if he can force his dragon to be at 40k to get the crit and something else.
Yeah.
And judging by Murakumo's hand, I don't think he can guide that ever. But he still has like Shiriki, so
Yeah. 2.
never know.
He has 2.
But he
Alright.
has like 2 soul right now.
Yeah. So Dorian's ability activates end turn, put all of your rear guards into your soul, draw 1 for every 2. And now it is JC's turn. draws a front trigger. I keep almost saying stand trigger when a front trigger comes out. I miss my stand triggers. There we go.
Like for grade 3s, will be opting to the shield. I just keep it for you.
Yeah, I just keep it for now. Just going to Yasuie.
That's the base here.
Yeah.
Then let's do this.
Because if he drive checks the Tenma, haha, discard 2.
And the battle, discard 2, ride from the drop. Oh yeah, I think this is one of the things that are like same way of chains in Yu-Gi-Oh, where you can just discard your cost for the card that you're gonna go to.
Actually, I learned very recently that you can't. You can't do that in Yu-Gi-Oh. So,
Oh really?
yeah, you can't. And I was so sad because that would have saved me. That would have saved me in my game. That it happened. But yeah, I'm glad that it happens here. All right, so Yasui and Axel 2 is JC's play. Draws a perfect guard for his Axel 2 draw. Now, it helps him a little later on, I guess, but right now it's not looking too hot. For the lulz, I would probably put down a Shirayuki and then copy another Yasui and Rainy with him. let the Shirayuki die and then
Reset it again.
yeah.
I think this is a difficult game state for Yasui though.
Yeah, definitely is.
Like if he's gonna try to attack, he's just gonna give more CVs to Harri.
Yeah, he needs to heal. At least one of those to be comfortable moving into the next turn, because for sure Harry's coming out.
One of the good things for Yasuo is that the Harri player opted for Axel 2. So it might be hard for the dragon to reach 40k.
Yeah, and even if it does reach 40k, Shirayuki says hello.
Yeah. But that's still gonna take off of his offensive turns.
Yeah.
But it's Yasuo.
Alright, so JC calls down Takahime. Once returned, when your Vanguard with Yasui and its card name is placed, choose one of your units, call up to one card with the same name from your drop zone. So many Shadow Clone Jutsus going on.
Options are very limited for Yasuo even with these hand cards.
Definitely.
Because grade 3 plus a
yeah. If that Shirayuki was like any grade 2 or even like a different grade 3, then it would have been a lot better. Yeah. But with not many options, JC goes into battle phase and attacks with Yasui.
Will this be the take? And just double kills. Okay, the game has been reset. Oh, that's smart. Opting for the one to pass. It hits if it hits.
Yeah, I think he's just letting the attack go through and then it goes into the soul. 1 and 2. Nothing.
Ooh. And still not a lot of guard value for Makumo there.
Yeah. On the bright side, you could potentially PG and discard the Shirayuki so that you can, use Rainy Madame.
Yeah, it's still wonky from the interaction of Harry's stage on the episode. Because I never really put any other grade 3s in with them. So it's always going to be stage from the get-go.
Yeah, there isn't much difference. So here we go.
So how do you mark it as a stage in CFV? You never really tried it.
So you just have to shift left click Harry, and then it gives you the option to choose what axle circle you want to make a stage. Then after that, you get like confetti.
A ring of fire. You
Yeah.
just jump over it.
Now jump, pigeon, jump, or fly. There we go.
That's a lot of biddings. It's been a very clean drop zone for Pale. I love the WoodlandDOX though.
Yeah, hasn't had to guard very much.
So I think he has three WoodlandDOX and Sora. There's Rana, Lunatic, and
Let's
Mirror Master.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, so those are the only three. So right now, barring any triggers,
Every ton.
yeah, there's no Periton yet. But yeah, barring any potential triggers, the dragon would only hit 25.
It's 10. Yeah, 25. No, it'll be 30 because of the additional axle when it
Oh yeah,
comes
that's
out.
right. Yeah, so 30.
So we need one trigger for it to fly.
Yeah, and then Chirayuki says hello.
Yeah, you can just move the crit with the Shirayuki then.
Yeah,
If we're going to
the crit and the guard restrict.
screw your 40k, sir. Just expecting to buy it at full price. It's like, no, sir, it's on discount. We have a sale. So did you get anything from that bloody skill?
Let's see.
Did
No,
you get the parry?
nothing.
Aw.
But the pigeon is on the stage. Lore pigeon pop. Right, so I believe Dox is now activating Harry's skill. Counterblast 1.
It's the best discard option here. I think it's the pigeon.
Yeah, I think so too.
As long as I think Mokomo survives this turn without losing that much.
Mm-hmm.
And if he pulls off a heal during this turn or next turn, then I think he can still win the game.
Yeah, I think any trigger would make this a lot more manageable. Because
Rana will be giving 10 to herself and Harry. And I do the reverse at 5.
Here we go. So there's 1, 2, and 3.
5, 15, 10. Power everywhere.
You get power. You get power. Everybody gets power.
Harry just makes them take like a can of Red Bull before going out.
Red Bull gives you wings. There we go. There are the wings. There are the wings. And Mirror Master countercharges, which is ridiculously free.
Free.
And Takahime
And that
goes to the soul. The good call.
Then does the bird go first? It still amuses me the lore of Harry's like pigeon.
What is the lore of Lore
It was
Pigeon
meant
Pop?
to be. It was meant to be, or it is a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently Harry's father like nerfed it to a pigeon to make it more controllable for Harry.
Is that what Starry Pop is? Like it just like loses
Yeah.
control for a sec?
No, I think it's when Harry can unlock the thing. That's when it turns
Oh,
into
the dragon. Okay.
That's
I
why in
see.
Harry's stride form you don't see the pigeon anymore.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. Oh yeah, he doesn't have that dragon. I didn't. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I need to go check that. That was his promo stride, wasn't it? Back then? Or was that his
And
GBT
GR.
5?
yeah, it's GR form in this PR form. I think that was his encounter with Chronojet or Chronogran. It was one of the two. That's why he could have. That's why he scrolled. apparently.
That's why what do you call it? Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, it's GBTO 8. Sorry, I thought it was 5.
The boy grew.
Oh yeah, it is GBTO 5. What am I talking about? Yeah. Oh, it's just the special SP. Okay. I sorry. Okay, there's the dragon.
I think going for Axel 2 against Yasuie is kind of smart, actually. At least you're keeping hand
Yeah.
just to make sure that you don't lose, because at least you have a win con.
Mhm.
Yasuie is just going for his win con turn by turn, which is weird.
Alright, so there's the extra axle circle. So what's the next attack?
I think try checking crit here for Harry is just gonna make the game harder for Makuna.
Yeah.
Because he has to like perfect guard the dragon lane, the lunatic dragon lane.
Mhm.
Because he doesn't have a 20 guard in his hand, not unless he opts for the Shiryuki now.
Yeah.
And everything is easier to guard.
Yeah, I think I would just PG this, toss a Shirayuki, and then Shirayuki the next thing.
Cyclops goes bye-bye.
Oh, okay, so Fushimi goes bye-bye. First check and second check. No triggers.
Ooh.
But it's another bird.
It's gonna be 20, 17, 14. Ooh. He needs to get a trigger on his next damage check for him to survive.
Yeah.
Survive.
Yeah, so I would take my chances. Let's see. How many souls does JC have? 4. He has 4 souls. He can double Shirayuki. Let's go.
Die beast. If this is a trigger, then he only needs to use one Shirayuki for it.
Yeah.
To deny the Dargon.
Yeah, I think I would just take this one. There's the Shirayuki. The double Shirayuki.
Here they go. Minus 20. Which is where is left to move with 7k. This is why we're restricted to 1. But there was a time where Shiryuki got even more like annoying, especially when Hugo set came out because of all the weasels.
Yeah.
Because you can just ride the red weasel, then discard like whatever, and just get all the white weasels and the blue weasels. Then on your grade 2 turn, you just have a 32k like columns, like your 3 columns are at 32k, and it's like what? And once you attack the rear guards and don't give them counter blast, it's just gonna ride into Shiryuki next, and I was like, what? And after you survive that Shiryuki turn, it's gonna be a Hyuga turn next. So you're like, oh god, come on.
Give me a chance. Alright, so the negative 20, the minus 20k has taken its effect. That dragon, starry buff dragon is no longer buff.
Wait, it won't die if they didn't attack, yeah? The dragon.
Yeah, it didn't attack.
So it's just gonna sit
oh god, it's Yasuie
Wow! Wow! Coming in clutch.
Now, whether or not it'll be able to do anything is another question, because it's looking very grim. What do you think, like, at least in V series, has been the best, what do you call it, the best restanding Vanguard? Or, like, the best pseudo-restanding Vanguard? Because, like, Yasui's really... I like Yasui just because, you know, like, his is really easy to to do as long as you have the other Yasui. But like Brad Black into
Yeah,
Grand Gallop is really fun too. And then you just have lanes. You just have what do you call it? Miracle Beauty lanes.
I'm gonna look for like great freestanding ones by themselves.
Hmm.
Then I think the ones from Dimension Colors will probably be the best because they do things to the rear guards as well.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like
Okay.
most Vanguard that freestand are all just like for themselves.
Okay. So JC opted to just keep everything in his hand. Gets a draw trigger. So his attack goes through. I think putting down the Tenma and the Tengen, probably even just the Tenma would have been really good, just so you can Shadow Clone Jutsu and bottom deck those two. Bottom deck
Mega
the
Dolls,
the two Magia dolls.
especially Prana,
Yeah,
since you don't want Harry to be getting that plus 10k.
yeah.
I think Harry should have intercepted with his grade 2s if he just intends to put that grade 1 to solve.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Oh, JC's gonna activate at the end of the battle that it attacked. Discard 2 cards from hand and ride a Yasui Tenma from drop zone.
Alright, so 2. So you gonna draw.
Ugh. Oh no.
Mm.
That would have been a lot better as a drive check.
Yeah. Or at least he can get his Shirayuki now, if
Yeah.
he doesn't get. He doesn't have a penalty to drive check, right?
He loses 1 drive, so he's single
Oh,
drive
okay.
check.
I think intercepting with Prana here is probably the move for Harry.
Let's see if he does it.
Or if he doesn't, he still has like
Oh.
2 Betis or
Yeah, that was a no guard.
Shirayuki. Save yourself. Because I think if that grade 1 goes into Soul, I think he has to install again, yeah.
Let's see.
'Cause
Yes.
he has the yeah.
Man, these Shirayukis are like cockroaches. They just keep coming back. No matter how many times you throw them away, they'll find a way back. Alright, so ride into Harry.
Now that dragon is active.
Yeah. Oh, no, not yet. 20, 35. Still needs 5 more.
Oh, it needs it needs the periton.
I know, not a single one. I think. Oh, no, there was one earlier. There it is. In the soul.
Oh, the one that's cheap.
Yeah. So, let's see what happens. Alright, so Harry skill calls out the Periton for the draw.
That's fun.
Oh, a crit! And that dragon is now online.
So bad. Yeah, at first the Morikawa for Morakuma was looking good as a win con.
Mm-hmm.
Going second really it made it hard for him to use them properly.
Yeah. Especially with all the ramping.
That's 10 guard, 10 guard for 1 to pass, a 15 guard, and
Or, you know, Shirayuki.
Slowly.
Shirayuki neutralizes a lot of this.
Yeah. So I think he's gonna target the dragon, the other dragon, and Harry probably.
Yeah.
so that you can PG the dragon. The other dragon is not gonna reach. Harry's just gonna be one to pass.
But a
Gonna-
trigger could end it, like right
yeah,
now. A crit could end it, so have to see.
that's sad. As much as he'd like to use his Shuriken offensively,
Yeah.
the game's not letting him to do it.
Prana attacks for 22.
It's a 15 guard.
I think I take that and then Shirayuki everything else.
Yeah. Just hope he doesn't get a trigger to pass on to the dragon again to make it active.
Yeah. Or maybe
take
guard
the dragon.
maybe guard Prana and then Shirayuki whatever attacks next. And then
Yeah.
go from there, because it's hard, because if you're one to pass on your Vanguard, would you want to put it back? Would you want to put it on? I mean, I don't know, it's difficult.
Yeah, this is why you can't really like plan out your guarding up until you see like the drive checks and the sequence of attacks your opponent's making.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of depends on when you get all your information.
Yeah.
So I think attacking first with Prana is just baiting the Shirayuki here.
Yeah. The thing is, even if he uses the Shirayuki now, that attack still goes through. So you would just deduct
15
from the
go.
other 3 columns.
So if anything, I think if ever he decides to use his PGs, he's just gonna discard the other one, the other PG.
Yeah, that would be the move. Let's see. Take.
So even if
this.
Murakumo survives this turn, he still needs cards
Yeah.
for his offensive turn.
Not gonna lie, it's looking very, very grim right now.
Yeah, because he can survive it, but like, what's next?
Yeah.
Because he can't go back to his old Yasuie for the restain.
Unless he top decks it.
Yeah, and he'll be dropping his Shirayuki for defensive purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the unit that he'll be left with is that G1. Not the Great Researcher.
Yeah, Takahime. Either one.
At least he can still have Vanguards and Vanguard scale to get another. Technically, you can just choose that grade 1 to clone Warrior.
Yeah. I would just put down the Great Researcher.
And just get Yasuie.
Oh,
Whoa.
PG's the Prana. And tosses the Takahime.
So that's Harry's next move then.
Balloon attack. So this
Okay.
is the Shirayuki.
It's the Shirayuki guard. Yeah, but if Harry really gets a trigger and his drive check, that dragon's still gonna pass.
Yeah.
So this is playing it smart. Removing the crit from that dragon,
Mm-hmm.
making Vanguard easier to play.
Yeah. Let's see what the chances of it getting a trigger are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop zone. None. Nothing in the drop zone. 8. 8.
Nope. That's
So-
half of the triggers.
And half of the deck left. So
18, 23.
I would just like, at this point, I would just no guard Harry. I think.
Because it's one to pass.
Yeah, because it's 1 to pass. If he gets the trigger, he'll put it on Harry anyway. So it's like, It's almost no difference.
But if that's a crit triple,
Yeah, because like if he doesn't get a trigger, then PG and toss
yeah.
the front. If he gets a trigger and it's a crit, the game's over anyway. So yeah, I would just take this, and then yeah.
So I'm just gonna leave it out, one to pass it.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the play here. Oh, and there's a crit. Ah.
There it is. Heal my boy.
Come on. 1 and 2. Oh,
Oh,
and that's the end.
0%.
All right, and that is the end officially of our round robins, and we'll be cutting to top 4. But before we do that, Charles, how did the game go? You thought that Yasuie was going to win, but your heart was with Harry the whole time?
Yes. Well, from the get-go, I think the advantage already went to Harry with going first.
Mm-hmm.
And with the state of their hand from like Mulligan,
Mm-hmm.
both of them already had like a lot of grade 3, which is better for Harry because Yasui can't really do a lot of things with just grade 3s, especially
Mm-hmm.
with Shiryuki's. He
Mm-hmm.
needs his grade 2s. And with Harry going first, it means that he can just keep rewriting the grade 3s he has in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And with how slow the game went, I think Harry had the chance to just build up his hand, especially with opting to go for Axel 2. Though looking at the game, I think it was just a bad hand for Yasui here.
Yeah, the early game, four grade 3s in hand, and pretty much all triggers after that. Mostly triggers at least. So
He
yeah,
didn't even get like units. Yeah, he had triggers. He also had a lot of sentinels in hand, which is kind of like useless when facing the dragon
yeah,
from Harry.
yeah.
It was kind of like the point of like, which I think made it difficult for Murakumo to like gauge out how he guards the attacks.
Yeah, definitely. Especially because one trigger could change everything.
Which is Vanguard.
Yeah, that's Vanguard. Yeah, you know what? You could be the most what do you call it? You could
What
have the best
most
game
expensive.
knowledge and most expensive deck, but when someone double crits you, you don't come back from that. Oh, man. But anyway, guys, with this game, we have our top 4. So we have WoodlandDOX, Golden Nova Yu-Gi-Oh, JC Theater Yu-Gi-Oh, and Alexis in our top 4.
Oh, Pale Moons. Yay.
Yes, half of the top 4 is Pale Moon, and Charles is only happy about half of that because the one half of it is Silverthorn. But anyway, don't go anywhere because we have Dox's post-game thoughts right now. Welcome back, everybody. We are with our first seed going into top 4, WoodlandDOX. And he took a pretty convincing game over JC Theater. And how are you feeling after that game?
That was pretty good. That was actually, obviously, being so young into a game, you're gonna make misplays or you don't understand your deck fully. I think everybody saw rounds 1 and 2, a couple misclicks or whatever. But this one, I actually feel like I played my deck how it's supposed to be played.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I drew into it better or if I just had it in my mind that the goal is X, get there as fast as you can, and just go. And it worked.
Awesome. Now, moving into top 4. So far, we have the results for your game and let's see, and Alexis's and Golden Nova's game. So right now, the 3 that have made top 4 for sure are you, JC, Alexis, and we're still waiting on the 4th. Right now, how do you feel the competition is stacking up? Because I'm pretty sure that you've played against everyone that's cinched top 4 already.
Well, I've only played Alexis and Nova in practice, actually.
Okay.
I haven't played them, since they've gotten the hang of the game, or or since they've improved. So, here's hoping that they did improve, because we're all beginners here, and I would just for the fun of it, I want to go back to back against JC if that's how the bracket worked, just for fun. But because that was a good time. But I feel like I get an idea of what Alexis' deck does, because it's also Pale Moon. So if I were to face her, I think I feel a bit more comfortable than Nova.
All right. So that is everything. You'll be choosing who you'll be playing against once we have all the results in. But for now, congrats. Enjoy your spot alone at the top after these 3 rounds of round robin. And of course, last question, how do you feel about Vanguard after going through these 3 Swiss matches?
Everyone in the Discord knows it, but I went ahead and I ordered my deck IRL, even though I've got nobody to play with. So I'm definitely enjoying the game. Obviously, once we get through this, I want to get into the overdress format. I want to make a deck. I don't know how much the game's changed, but I want to make something similar to what I got going now, because I have fun playing it. So, and apparently it works, at least a little bit. So I'm definitely going to keep up the Vanguard endeavors and see where I can go.
All right, and that is everything for Dox today, guys. If you are rooting for him, make sure that you let him know down in the comments, and we will see you for top 4.